CTV's coverage of the 1991 Labatt Canada Cup is brought to you in part by your local bottlers of Coca-Cola Classic. You can't beat the real thing.
Bill Ranford, who's been so sensational for Team Canada as the automatic starter tonight, of course. Mike Richter at the other end has played strong goal, but gave up 4 in Game 1 of this best-of-3 final in the Montreal Forum. But for Paul Stewart to call maybe more penalties than we saw from Don Koharski in Montreal on Saturday night. Game 2 is underway. Suter, the boos will follow him around the Copps Coliseum. A marked man tonight, at least in the eyes of these fans. Messier on the ice, rink wide, over to the far side for Team Canada. They failed to clear the zone. Now they get it back to the neutral zone. McInnes coming up with it, shooting it inside the blue line. Here's Shanahan, a shot. Richter stops that. Centering pass, picked up by Wood and cleared by the United States. Long shot by Wood. Ranford handles it off the backboards. Copy through Shanahan. Kept in at the point. Mullen digs it in front. Messier is there to play it in behind. It's left there. Roenick in front. Wood bangs away. Fleury can't clear. McInnes now comes in. Makes the check on Mullen. Chances at either end of the first minute of play. Wood going into the corner now. Smith beats him. It rolls to Ranford. Saved from McInnes. Long pass to Rick Tocchet. Dumps it off to big Eric Lindros. Lindros centering it out in front. Tocchet couldn't get it. And number 21, Tony Granato, is out at center ice. Oh, great hit. Great hit on number 38, Weinrich, by Lindros. Inside they go. Granato shoots, and that's turned aside by Ranford. Tocchet now. Weinrich hits him. Here comes Lindros with Corson 2-on-1. Lindros the pass. Oh, and it's just wide. Out in front. Tocchet couldn't get a good shot away. Bristling early action here in the opening period in Hamilton. Desjardins now for Tocchet. Off the boards, and Sutter will chase it in. Canada will make the change. 2 minutes gone. Exciting action in the second game of this series. It hops over the boards. They finally take a breath.
1 minute 59 seconds in. We've seen great action. A great hit by Lindros, who is going opposite Roenick. That was the job of Mark Messier in Game 1. Thing about Lindros, the thunderous body checks are clean. That was a shoulder check. A great hit. A 2-on-1 here. The pass is too hard. Corson can't quite feel that Lindros pass as Lindros makes an impact during his first shift. Now, Don, Roenick's line was on the ice. The American coaching staff did not do anything to try and get that Roenick line away from Corson, Lindros, and Tocchet as a unit. Great action, and the other thing about it, great clean action through the first couple of minutes.
Sutter will take the face-off against Pat LaFontaine. Bolannon forced back inside the line. Here's Johnson now getting it ahead for LaFontaine. Old check. LaFontaine into the corner, watched by Murphy. Good check by Larry Murphy in there.
Messier double shifted early. He's on the ice. This is the third shift and the second one he's been on.
On the left wing with Sutter and Graham. In front, bouncing puck. Richter just turned that aside. Graham takes a check from LaFontaine. Now Olannon's being bothered in there. Good forechecking by Team Canada, but the United States breaks out. Here's Hull across the blue line. Hull makes the pass, knocked down by Murphy. Back come the Canadians. Messier going in with Graham. He's stick checked off to the sideboards by Chris Chelios. Olczyk, right wing pass. Back for Olczyk in front. He couldn't get a shot off. Clear in front of Ranford. He couldn't get the shot. 3 minutes gone now. Messier. Here's a pass in front. Howardchuk shooting. Rebound in front. Shanahan can't control it. Now McInnes will shoot. That's knocked back by the United States. Glove save off Christian by Ranford. Larmer shoots it in. Larmer will miss Gretzky in particular, his line mate, throughout the Canada Cup. Corson in behind. They're on the ice with Havlicek in Gretzky's spot. Here's McKinnon shooting. Couldn't get the good shot away. Craig Janney of the Boston Bruins over on the far side. Great forechecking by Team Canada. Suter now attracts the booze. He manages to clear. In they come. Christian is trying to get loose to the right side. Miller battling on the board, centering it out in front. Intercepted there by McInnes. No penalty call as the Canadian player Corson was taken down at center ice. Here's a chance for Miller. Blocked by the glove of goaltender Billy Ranford.
What a pass by Weinrich. Done very little forechecking because the pace here is just too fast.
Here's Otto from Miller. Shooting. Ranford got the blocker up and sends it into the crowd. What a marvelous start to Game 2. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
As an 8-year-old, Bill Ranford led his team in scoring. He was a defenseman. Here he shows why he changed to become a goaltender. Watch the hands. A Kevin Miller slap shot. Ranford just cuts it right off, knocks the puck aside. Now watch the other hand go to work. A shot through a screen. The blocker saved by Ranford. Quick hands shown early. In fact, quickness shown early by both goaltenders.
The Joel Otto line is on the ice. He has got Joey Mullen and Doug Brown with him. Orlandon on the left point, Johnson on the right. Desjardins battles in the corner. Now from the far side of the ice, Steve Smith has it for Canada. Here's Corkle bouncing off his skates, a race to the corner. The goaltender Richter gets there first. Big Lindros going in, pounding Wolanin as he goes. 2-on-2, the United States endeavors to break back. That's broken up at center ice. Now Johnson across the line. Looks to make the pass, put it right through Wood, and Lindros will clear for Canada. Icing is called against the Canadians. 4:46 into the first period. What action this has been. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
Eric Lindros led Team Canada Game 1 with body checks. Watch him here move in with another check. You can see Wolanin prepare himself for the check of Lindros. Those two, Wolanin and Lindros, have banged each other all throughout the tournament. In fact, lots of times in pre-tournament games, they have battled both about the same size.
LaFontaine with Olczyk and Haller on the ice, but Fleury breaks it up for the Canadians, shooting it to the United States zone. Coming up to the 5-minute mark as Messier works against Suter. Suter will get more booze as he plays the puck forward for the Americans, back to center. Through Fleury and Shanahan. Olczyk has it for the Americans, past Hull. Ranford will steal that aside for Scott Stevens. He eludes the check from LaFontaine. Off the boards, but left in there. Chelios to the centering pass for LaFontaine. Couldn't find it. Out Brendan Shanahan. Long shot is wide of Richter's cage. Cleared by Suter. Sutter for Canada across the ice. Ahead to Fleury. They look for the fast break. The Americans, Jeremy Roenick with it. Shot by Hull is off target. They shoot it down to the corner out of the near side. McInnes on the boards. Off Sutter. Now finally out. Tocchet. Sutter. Offside at the American blue line. Exactly 6 minutes in.
Now over the last 2 or 3 minutes here, the Canadian club having some problems getting the puck through the neutral zone. Paul Coffey's had a unique experience throughout these tournament games. He wears skates that are about 2 sizes smaller than his feet, and it's an ordeal to get his feet into the skates. Sometimes it'll take 20-25 minutes before they finally fit in. Now, what he normally does during the season is he has an old pair of Jim Johnson skates, one of the American defensemen here, and he wears those in practice. So he doesn't have to go through the ordeal of getting his feet into these tight skates, but he forgot them at his cottage. So he's been going through this painful exercise daily to get his feet into the skates.
Richter stopping and then in behind his net. Hatcher comes in to help out. Back to center ice it comes. Unofficially, Canada's outshot the USA 4-3. Bouncing puck in front, Sutter couldn't find it in time. Roenick to Madonna. Hatcher on the left, 3-on-2 in they come. Here's a pass back for Granada, and he's turned aside, going right for the net. Fast break back for Team Canada. Thorson drops it to Sutter. Shooting, and it's wide and all the way back down the ice. Almost 7 minutes played now. Tocchet. Hawerchuk across at the blue line. Legal pass in there. Robitaille got bottled up. And way back inside the Team Canada zone, Desjardins tries to bring it forward for Canada. Fighting Robitaille. Rick White pass for Larmer. Steve Larmer. Hawerchuk gets taken down. A good check. Draws a penalty. It's an illegal check for Miller. Paul Stewart will send him away. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV. Penalty, they're offsetting penalties as well.
Johnson was riding herd here on Luc Robitaille. Robitaille got upset, went back to Johnson after the whistle sounded for the penalty to Miller. This is Hawerchuk's turn. His stop and change of direction that draws that penalty. And Hawerchuk can do that as well as anybody in hockey today, and that draws penalties. Robitaille's lucky, though. He was upset with Johnson, and if Paul Stewart got a little bit grouchy, he could have evened things up.
2 minutes for roughing and 7 minutes 14 seconds.
So Canada will have the manpower advantage.
One thing we should mention here about face-offs, Don, the team in the offensive zone, the attacking team under international rules, has to be the player that puts the stick down first.
5-on-4 for this penalty. Yeah, I'll tell you who I'm going to have put up there in 1 second as soon as they tell me.
Paul Stewart at least told us it'll be 5-on-4, which we knew.
Put Miller and this guy, wipe them off. 32 and this guy, wipe off. 32 goes on. And Robitaille.
So offsetting penalties, Johnson, Robitaille, of course.
I think what that means is that Johnson will be the person to step out when the penalty expires if it does without a goal. But the attacking team, Don, and in this case it's Canada in the American zone, that centerman has to put his stick down first before the defensive player does the defending team. It's different than NHL rules.
So Johnson remains the only number up on the scoreboard here. Stewart said wipe the others off as offsetting penalties. They will remain in the penalty box, but Johnson's time is all that matters to the Team Canada power play. 5 against 4, and away we go. Chelios being watched by Big Lindros in behind. Uses the boards on the left side.
Now Hawerchuk inherits Gretzky's position here on the power play with Lindros and Larmer up front.
Suter and Chelios defending with Mullen and Otto for the United States. In the corner, Chelios being bothered in there by Hawerchuk. Mullen comes up with it, kept in by Larmer. Larmer shooting, it's wide. Lindros trying to center it quickly. Chelios ticked it back into the corner. Larmer's taken down from behind, but Big Lindros carries on, gives the puck to him. Back across to McInnes. Couldn't get a shot away. Mullen was quick and forces it across the line. Lindros passing across the ice to McInnes. 1:10 left on the power play. Comes to an open wing for Steve Larmer. He carries. Chelios checks it. Suter off the boards. McInnes can't contain that.
Don, the better you see hockey clubs, the better clubs you watch, and these are two great teams, the more aggressive the penalty killing is. The penalty killers just go right after people with the puck.
Paul Coffey brings it in. Shooting it for Shanahan in behind. Checked by Wolanin. Wood trying to clear and does.
See, now most players would have backed off and let Coffey move into the zone and set up. But not this American club. They're just going right after anybody with the puck.
30 seconds to go. The penalty is Messier accepts the center ice pass. Shanahan and Fleury are with him. Hatcher and Wolanin defending for the United States. Kicked in by Larry Murphy. Down to the corner, off the side of the goal. Wolanin banks it and clears it. Now 15 seconds to go on the power play. Theo Fleury. Into the final 10 seconds of the penalty. Shanahan against Hatcher. Here's Johnson now stepping back onto the ice. They've killed the power play of the United States.
I don't believe there was a shot registered. Kevin Hatcher was -4 in game 1 of this series. He was on for 4 even strength goals against, but he started well in this game. He's needed because Leach is not here. The strength. Messier, we know, is a very strong individual on his skates, and Hatcher holds him off. And holds him off, allowing Hatcher's defense mate to get the puck and move it out of the zone. Power play for Canada has been good in 1 game throughout this tournament, and that was the 4 power play goal game against this American club in the pre-playoff game between the two.
The United States have been so vulnerable throughout the round-robin series and the playoffs on penalty killing, giving up 5 goals in 26 penalty killing situations, but they held Team Canada off well here in a critical one. Sutter dumping it in behind into the corner. Landon making a check in there. Now it comes free for Rick Tocchet. Corson, Sutter in behind. Finally, it is whistled down by the lines.
Now that's interesting play. There's 4 players, as you see in the corner. The discipline by both clubs. If Canada sends another forward in there, they may trap 3 people, causing an odd man rush going the other way. Both teams playing this game pretty smart to this point.
Well, the face-off in the U.S. zone. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV. Almost halfway through the opening period, and remarkably, it is still scoreless in Game 2 of the Canada Cup Final. On a face-off, LaFontaine against Sutter. Into the corner. Robitaille down with Chelios. The puck is underneath them. Now it's rolling in the top of the face-off circle for Tocchet. Couldn't get a good shot away. Suter out to the post. Brett Hull at center ice makes the pass. Intercepted smartly by Sutter inside the line, with LaFontaine cruising. Canada, since the early minutes, unable to get a sustained attack underway and pressure maintained against the Americans in their zone. And Olczyk now wheeling away, makes the pass across the ice. Lead out to Robitaille coming here with Sutter. On the left side, here's Tocchet going in. He gets turned back by the checking of Hull. Robitaille in front, along with Stevens. Tocchet can't get it. And Stewart has a penalty call in behind the play. Still scoreless in Hamilton. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.